Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hairliciously. Today I wanted to talk about the positive effects of using low-level laser light therapy. But before I get started, I wanted to give you guys an update of how the hair is progressing. And so here's how it looks. I just got out of the shower and I decided to put some gel on my hair so that you guys can get a better picture of how the hairline is looking. But here's how it looks. You know, it looks very natural, and I can definitely tell that over the past couple weeks, the hairs have really been getting thicker and thicker. And if you guys have been following my videos, you guys know that I had some thinning on this area, or not really thinning, but kind of like a bald spot where the hairs wasn't really thickening up or growing in. But if you guys look right now, it's definitely thickened up and it's catching up to the other side. For those who've actually had hair transplants to the hairline, or even just anywhere in general, sometimes you might have uneven growth. So one side might be slower than the other side. And in my case, that was the issue where this side here, if you look at the hairline, it's very thick and it's just growing really nicely. But if you watch some of my previous videos, I was having some problems with the density and thickness on my left side of the temple. But if you guys look now, it's definitely thickened up, and overall I'm very happy. And since I'm about 7.5 months into my hair transplant, I still have about 4 to 5 more months to see the full effects of the final results of my hair transplant. So right now I'm very happy, and so you know it is looking pretty good. But today in this video I wanted to talk about the effects of using low laser light therapy to treat hair loss in both men and women. In regards to low laser light therapy, there was a doctor back in the 1950s or 1940s, I forget what year, but his name was Endre Mester, who was a Hungarian physician who was testing mice on various experiments using laser, and he found out that the mice that were actually exposed to lasers regrew hair in half the time of non-radiated mice. So for the past few decades, a lot of the hospitals have been using these lasers to treat elderly people with diabetes or people suffering from poor blood circulation, because we know that low laser light therapy helps bring blood circulation to various areas in the body. And so we know that these lasers do work from a circulation standpoint. For a while, a lot of the scientists and doctors thought that the low laser light therapy was bringing more circulation to the hair follicles. But after years and years of research and thorough studying on the effects of the hair follicles with the laser, they found that it does more than just that, and that it actually, the different frequency of light that penetrates the scalp creates a better circular structure of the hair follicles. So if you guys are like me, and for the majority of the people that are suffering from pattern baldness, it's already genetically built up into our system, and so the moment that you're born, you are already programmed to bald if you have the baldness genes in your genetic makeup. And so we're gonna find out ways to treat hair loss, whether it's through minoxidil, finasteride, or dutasteride, and even low laser light therapy. But we gotta do something, because if you don't do anything, it's kind of like grass. If you don't water it, if you don't give it fertilizer, it's gonna end up dying. But if you keep on nourishing it with water and fertilizers, then the grass is gonna stick around, it's gonna be more vibrant, it's gonna be healthy, and it's gonna make your lawn look very nice. So the more important part is that you're not gonna be more likely to lose hair, and the hair that you have maintained will only get stronger and thicker once you start using low-level laser light therapy. It's going to work for about 90% of the people, and for those who don't see any positive effects from low laser light therapy, you're probably going to have more of a severe type of hair loss that really isn't going to be doing much even with any other type of hair medication. But a lot of people, they say, oh, I've been using low laser light therapy and I don't see any results, I don't see any hair growth. If you're bald, if you have like no hair, if you don't have any type of miniaturation, it's just straight up bald and it's just gone, there's a good chance that it's not going to work. And same thing with finasteride and any other type of medication to treat hair loss. But if you're suffering from hair loss, moderate hair loss, and you do have some type of miniaturization on your scalp or on the vertex or anywhere else on your scalp, there's a good chance that low-level laser light therapy is going to work for you. Now, when it comes to lasers, if you're not going to wear it for 3 to 4 times a week, and you just can't make that commitment for whatever reason, then there's no point in buying it, because with any other type of hair loss medication currently on the market, that's including minoxidil, finasteride, dutasteride, even lasers, it's got to be a lifetime commitment. You just can't use it for, you know, like a month and then, you know, take off 2 months and start using it again. You have to use it until you die or until you don't want to see any hair growth. And you really need to be consistent with it to see results and to maintain the hair that you've kept. The investment is worth it, and from a science standpoint, it works. There's a lot of research that's been done over the past few years, and I definitely know that this really works, and it's one of the 3 approved methods to treat hair loss. So if you guys don't incorporate using lasers into your hair loss regimen, you really need to look into it, because this is a proven fact that it's going to work for the majority of the people who are suffering from hair loss, both men and women. So in a few days, I'm actually going to receive my low-level laser light therapy helmet, and I'm going to be doing an in-depth review on the product once I open it up. And I'm going to be taking you guys on another journey. I'm going to be using it consistently for a whole year just to see if there's any progress towards the hairline area. When it comes to men who've actually had hair transplants, I think that one of their main concerns would be the hairs that's been transplanted. They start worrying about what's going to happen to the hairs that's behind the transplanted areas. Because when you're implanting hairs, they're pretty much taking the hairs from the back of the scalp where it's resistant to DHT. But if you guys don't really do anything for the hairs past that, it's pretty much going to recede. And you know, if your genetic makeup has the gene where you're going to continue to bald, then you're going to just be left with an island of transplanted hairs, and whatever's in the bag is going to start to miniaturize. So we really need to be proactive when it comes to using different types of proven methods to treat hair loss. So if you guys actually had hair transplants, then you really need to take into consideration of using lasers into your regimen, because this is a proven method to grow hair that's been miniaturized. And if you guys are worried about the side effects of, let's say, finasteride or dutasteride, I think lasers would be a very good alternative to that. And you know, like I said, with anything when it comes to hair loss products, there's so many scams and there's so many things that are kind of iffy and sketchy without any sort of, you know, research that's been done or science to back it up. But when it comes to low-level laser light therapy, we know for a fact that this is going to be helpful in the majority of the cases of people, both men and women, who are suffering from hair loss. And so if you guys are losing hair, look into low-level laser light therapy to at least slow down and possibly halt your hair loss progress. Anyways guys, thanks again for watching these videos and for being very supportive. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave me some comments below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video, which will be an update once I receive my laser helmet. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.